special today. Happy Friday.
Hello. And we've got Cheryl from Glow Girl Tanning, and you have won awards, haven't you? So you're the #1 tanning artist in London, UK.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's an amazing time to get you on because the weather is hot, our bodies are out, and
I'm just looking at you now and I look pale. I'm thinking I need a tan before I go away.
And also for me, like, I just like my skin, like when I have a tan, I just feel really confident.
You don't actually tan,
and good.
do you?
No, I go like a lobster,
tan.
basically.
She goes white, pink.
Oh,
so, Cheryl, coming on. So do you want to tell us a bit about yourself?
You're welcome. Yep. So I'm Cheryl. I'm from Southeast London, and I've been a spray tanning artist now for 7 years, I want to say. So yeah, what started as a little side hustle, if you want to call it, has kind of over the years become my everything, really. It's become my whole life. So.
And you were saying just before we started this, all the awards that you've won. So can you tell us like the awards that you've won? Because it's so amazing to hear when people have won awards and like with their businesses.
Started off as a side hustle and made it something bigger.
Yeah, so in 2024, I was nominated from the Skin and Beauty Awards, the Spray Tanning Artist of the Year. And then this year, I've been nominated from the Small Business Awards, the Best Mobile Business in Southeast London. So I've got through to the finals for that.
Wow.
So yeah, I'll find out in September where I'm at with that, and yeah, hopefully.
That's positive stuff. So what made you get into tanning?
So initially I got into tanning because, I mean, who does not love a tan?
I know, right?
Just the one thing that just makes you feel so good. And it's crazy that just the change of, your skin color can have that impact on you. And over the years, it's kind of become a real journey for me, and it's become like my baby. So yeah, when I first started, it was just a case of, I constantly had spray tans, and why not just go and qualify and teach myself, and I'll be able to do myself, which I then later realised that I can't actually do on myself.
It's hard, isn't it? I trained to do it years ago, but yeah, I left that one aside. I went into the other things, so it is hard. Yeah,
it's really hard. I mean, I can do the front, I just can't do the back.
Underneath all the all the hidden bits.
Yeah, all your nooks and crannies.
That's it. And so as well as that, you've made this into a proper business for yourself. And you was talking about before, obviously we went on the podcast about you even introducing your own range like of spray tan coming out. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was never really something that I had encountered as an idea. I'd always just did my spray tans, and then in between, if I needed self-tanning, then I'd just kind of go on Amazon or wherever and just buy whatever. However, 2 and a bit years ago, a life-changing experience happened to me, which kind of just turned my whole world around. And on the back of that, my skin was affected. So I was basically in an accident where I was caught on fire, and it affected kind of like my neck upwards.
Wow.
I don't want to get emotional.
No, I'm sorry. Because we're obviously touching on things.
No, it's obviously like it's awareness, isn't it? And that at the time I didn't really think much about it, because I was so knee deep in getting my life back on track. Obviously it affected every aspect of my life, both physically, mentally, emotionally. And at the time, obviously, working life was just not a priority.
Yeah.
So basically, cut a long story short, I went on a healing journey with myself, and what tried to break me actually built me instead. And I turned my wounds into wisdom and my story into strength.
And this is
So,
why we want you on.
oh, thank you.
So
So with that, oh, thank you. I think because of what happened to me, I realized that there's a whole world out there of other people going through the same and similar situations where their natural, beauty and bodies are changing from different life experiences, whatever that may be. So because my skin was so sensitive, obviously now it's like, honestly, I'm so lucky with the way that my face is healed. And, I've been really, really fortunate that I've had some amazing people in my life. One of which was a recent guest of yours, who massively helped out with my face. But on the back of that, I couldn't put anything on my face. So I was like, why? I missed my tan. I was like, why can I not put tan on my face? Because there was so much alcohol in the contents of the self-tanning, I couldn't use it. So I was like, no, this needs to be changed. This absolutely needs to be changed. So I got in touch with a spray tanning lab who does wholesale self-tans. And I basically explained my story and said to them, this is what I want to achieve and I want to make this available for other people. And they basically got back in touch with me and said, yeah, let's do it. So we've been back and forth, and it's been a journey that I've taken for the last 12 months. And yeah, I thought my scars tell a story, and instead of hiding them, I'm going to use them for my new chapter. So
amazing.
one day they was a pain, but that wasn't the end. I think that was the beginning of my purpose.
Yeah, I agree.
So, amazing.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Do you know what in life? I think like everything in life just shapes us, and it shapes our future. It shapes everything that's going to happen in our life, and we don't know, what is around the corner. And it could be the biggest trauma of your whole life, but it can change everything. But also it can change everything for other people as well, because it's really nice as like humans in society, we inspire others, and sometimes something's meant to happen to someone who've got that strength to give that to others as well. Like
a lot of our guests that actually have been on the podcast, they've produced products or businesses from a moment of stress or trauma. And then created their businesses from it,
and instead of hitting, obviously at that point, I don't know how you was, but you were probably at rock bottom, wasn't you? And the only way you can think of it is going up. Like, so, we have a lot of people come to me and Paisley and say, look, I'm at rock bottom, I'm suffering really bad depression and things like that from things that may happen in their life. But you've just got to remember that really, really low part, there is light at the end of the tunnel. And your story, this is why we wanted you on so much, because we've been watching your story on your socials and everything else, that it is truly inspiring. And I think your journey now is to heal others and inspire others, and still have that chapter for yourself at the same time. So what did you do?
Really hope that it does inspire others.
Yeah, it will. It's inspired us already. Like that's why we were so desperate to interview you. But what was your journey of, like, in that 2 years of, like, how did you get back up from your lowest point and that suffering that you had?
It was, honestly, when I tell you, it was the worst experience physically, mentally, emotionally that I have ever been through. But I'm also a mum, and I had no choice some days, as much as some days I just did not want to get out of bed. And the thing is, the way that you look at me now, touch wood, you would never know that anything happened. But my children had to see all of that.
Yeah.
And some days I was riddled with guilt that I don't want them to see me like this, because my face was completely different to what you see today. And for me, just hiding away was what I wanted to do, but actually my children needed me. So I had no choice but to show up for them. And I'll be really honest with you, if it wasn't for them, they are my reasons, like, for why I got up every day.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's it's a hard subject to talk about, so I'm sorry if it makes you a little bit upset. Looking at you
No,
now,
I'm
you
sorry
look.
for getting upset. I thought, I'm going to be really strong and I've got this.
I think it's important for the listeners to understand that we're sort of having a real conversation, and we hardly edit stuff. It just gets put out there as raw as it can be. You obviously look very beautiful. You're stunning. But how bad were the burns? Because looking at you now, I couldn't.
No. So they were quite bad. So you probably can't see it, but I've been left with internal scarring from the inside of my nose down to my mouth. So when I smile, you can see that it goes back down. That's just going to be an ongoing thing. But the burns themselves were bad. They were really, really bad. And actually, I've got a video on my Instagram page just to kind of inspire others that, you can get back up from these things. But I've undergone so much work to get back to where I am today. And obviously that's both work that I've had to do within myself. Collagen is my new best friend. And work from other people as well. So I've had like scar treatments and laser treatments, and it's been a real journey, to say the least.
And have you had support from family, friends, like your partner?
Oh my gosh, I have been the luckiest girl in the world. I really have, because my family, my parents, my wife, my kids, my circle of friends have just been incredible. They have been so incredible, to the point that I actually threw them all a party last year to say thank you on my first year anniversary.
Oh, I
And now you're on Burnt Out Mummas.
Now you're on Burnt Out Mummas. How weird! How weird is that?
Weird. So, obviously, you were talking as well about you.
Sorry,
So I think there's a time delay.
Sorry.
That you said you use a lot of like affirmations and everything to get you through. So how did you use that as well?
So I started the spiritual world. I mean, I've always been quite spiritual, anyway. However, after what happened, there was a time when the only thing that I could feel was just this dark pain. So I asked the universe, what is this trying to teach me? What are you trying to teach me with what you have brought my way? And then I realized that it wasn't just me that was feeling the way that I felt, and there was thousands of others. And that's when it became my mission to heal. And that's when the pain became my purpose. So I started sound baths, regular meditation. I read loads of amazing books. The Secret, Good Vibes, Good Life by Vex King. Healing is the New... I can't remember what it's called now. By Vex King as well. Healing is the New High. That's it, by Vex King. So I read that. And I joined a local group that did circle sessions, which was totally empowering. And yeah, since then I've just continued my journey with the spiritual world, and yeah, it's just worked for me in so many more ways than one.
I think the
And I
main
do
thing,
believe that having...
sorry, it just keeps you in tune with yourself, doesn't it? Sorry, I just butted in there,
No,
but
that's
it
all right.
keeps
Yeah,
you in
no,
tune.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel like going from rock bottom to effectively not wanting to be here anymore, to now being this person that wants to help others, wants to empower others, that's really taken some serious work. And
Yeah.
I feel like that the spiritual world has a lot to answer for why I feel so positive about life now.
100%.
Amazing. And I do feel like when you do you know what, and I completely relate to what you were saying too. It's really hard to find that like spirituality and that pick me up when you are so low, and it really is, because you're like, everything feels dark and you're like, I can't even see any light right now. And I think you have to explore, and you did exactly that. You explored books, you started to go on a journey. Probably at that time you forced yourself to do that stuff, like go to a soundbar event, or and it's not till you come out and you're like, actually, you know what, there is a little bit of light here, and then the only way you can go, and then the only way from there is just up, isn't it? And then you start, that's when your journey actually starts, and it's been in tune with yourself, like knowing, I am here, I'm on this earth, like I'm present, like, and we forget that we're present on this earth, don't we?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I go back to that place of when I started the sound baths and the circle sessions and, all these real empowering sessions that I was attending, back then when I was doing it, I was really forcing myself, because there was a lot of changes within me, both, emotionally. I was opening myself up to all these like random people that I'd never spoken to or knew before. So there was a lot of that going on. And obviously, physically, I was attending these things knowing that my face had changed. And are people going to say things to me? Are they going to question what's happened? So, yeah, back then it was I really had to force myself. And that was really difficult. But my God, am I so pleased that I found it within myself to just keep going.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I think you always, like, as humans, we need that like thing to inspire us again when we're in that situation.
100%. Do you remember the other week, like everybody, I think you're constantly working on your mental health and just life anyway. I've been quite sick recently as well, and I noticed when you come out of that mentally, I think it does bring you down a little bit. A lot of people that are in hospital for a long time, they feel depressed because it knocks you mentally as well. So I said to you the other week, can I borrow The Secret again and The Magic? I just want to reread through. And when you read it again, it does inspire you and helps raise your vibrations to feel a little bit better. And just to get yourself back on track again. So I think you're always working on that, trying to get yourself up a level. When you're feeling good, you sometimes forget it a little bit, don't you? But it's always there as a pick-me-up to help you. And especially with the sound baths, they're physically proven to change the cells in your body, to heal. And we run them as well, don't we? And we do a lot of it. So I just think it's like an MOT check-in for your body as well. It's something that you should do for the rest of your life. I've gone back to juicing to try and heal my body internally, because I think, you know, something's a bit diseased. That's why I'm getting sick all the time. So I'm just trying to heal myself and go back to basics again. So I think we're always working on ourselves to go forward.
And internally, but also externally as well. So that spirituality and that, we're not asking people on here, we're not talking about religion in any way. It's just being in tune with yourself. Like, I think that's what we mean by spirituality, is being in tune with yourself and the planet, the earth, everything.
And we're
around
not all hippies.
us.
A lot of the people that come on here are just normal people.
Well, we're just normal people. I mean, we love a bit of hippiness.
We do love it, but we don't go around, you know.
I always say I would love to be a hippie. I would love it.
Oh, don't get me wrong, but you know, like when you start talking about spirituality, I think a lot of people sometimes do feel a little bit put off because they're like, oh, they look at the far extremes of how people can be. But I think we've got it in all of us to check in, and it's like the circle of life, isn't it? The tree of life. We all come from somewhere. We're all as one. That's why we love the film Avatar, don't we? And the link
we love it
with that tree. You know, psychic abilities, everything sort of gets you out of the reality a bit. So going forward,
because it's just so easy as humans to just self-sabotage, isn't it? It's just so easy.
And get up every day, do that daily grind every day. Like, what are we here for? Just to earn money? No, we're not. There's so much more to life than just the day-to-day grind. So where do you, obviously you've done all of you've got getting all your awards with your business. What's the next steps? Where do you see yourself going?
I don't know. The world is my oyster.
It is, and I love that saying. Oh, that is my favourite saying. I had a bracelet with an oyster on from my nan, and it broke when we sold the house. I had it for like 10 years, and it broke on the day the house went through, my nan's house. How weird was that?
Yeah,
yeah, it did.
Oh my God.
I've still got it all, and I'm going to put it back together, but I just need someone to restring it. Yeah, I love it.
I don't know, girls. I don't know what the future holds. I just know that I'm just, you know, I'm very, very grateful for who and what I have in my life. And, you know, that right now is all that matters to me.
That's amazing. I can actually see something big happening with your spray tanning brand. And I really can, like you talking about it. And after we have this conversation on here, I'm going to talk to you about something as well, like that another step maybe where you can take it. So we'll have a little conversation after the podcast. So it sounds really, really exciting, and like it's just a new journey, and it's so exciting to hear this new journey. You did say before we came on the podcast something that you had to go to last week, because we was going to film last week, wasn't we? And something that obviously in your life. Are you allowed to talk about that? Can you talk about what you had to do like last week and stuff amongst everything else?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know.
We
so
do.
I Hello?
Sorry,
There's like time delay.
There's a little time delay on the podcast, so it's like sorry, carry on, Cheryl.
No, that's fine. So apologies about last week. I did feel really bad because I was so excited and I was like, oh my God, not another thing.
No, what you had to do was very important.
Yeah, so I found 3 weeks ago I found a lump on my right breast, and I have to admit, girls, I am awful at check-in, and it was really, really weird because as part of my role as a spray tanning artist, obviously I am in a really unique position where I see people's bodies, so I can see like changes, and especially my regulars, I see a lot of like changes in their bodies and whatever else. So that week I'd been hell-bent on, getting some new knowledge behind me. So I'd completed like a skin cancer awareness course, a body confidence course, and a breast cancer awareness course. And it just so happened, weirdly enough, that week I found a lump in my right boob, and I was like, oh, but it was so obvious that I found it when I was having a shower. So I was like, right, let me just go and get it checked. So I went and got it checked, went to the doctors. He wasn't overly concerned, but he said, I think I just need you to just get it checked anyway, because you're just going to worry about it. So I said, okay, fine. So I went and had a mammogram. Speaking of which, is the weirdest experience ever. Weird.
They like your
Oh, have you
boobs
never
up,
had
don't
one?
they?
Have
Like,
you?
I've had one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had one. Yes. Can you tell
Oh
our
my
viewers
God,
about
yeah,
your
just
experience?
weirdest experience. I mean, the nerve. Yeah, so they basically, like, you've got this massive machine, and they basically get your boob. So they get one breast, and they put one breast in at a time, and they'll like put it on the top of the machine, and then there's another part of the machine that comes down, and then it squishes your breast as flat as it can possibly go, so that they can scan the top and the bottom, and then you do it again sidewards. So then they put it in sidewards on the machine, and then they squish it as flat as it can possibly go that side. So that's a mammogram. Not painful, but not the nicest of feelings. So I had that, went back 2 days later for an ultrasound. And when I went back for my ultrasound, he said, oh, I'm going to ask you to go and have another mammogram. And I said, oh, did the first one not work then? And he said, no, but we've actually picked something up on your left breast. And I thought, oh my God, how ironic that I've gone about this lump that I found on my right, but they've actually found something on my left. So I went and had another mammogram. They've done another ultrasound. He's confirmed the lump that I initially went for was all okay, and it was absolutely nothing to worry about, and it is just a cyst. However, he's found 3 kind of like here, which, to be honest, girls, I can't feel. So, which is just strange, knowing that there's something there that I can't feel. So yeah, there's 3, like a big one, a medium-sized one, and a little one. He said he's not concerned about the 2 underneath, but the one at the top. So I had to have, he did a biopsy in that one. He did biopsies in them, and then he did more biopsies in the top one because it's a cluster, he said. So yeah, had the biopsies for those. My boobs are still so bruised. But yeah, hopefully, I'm really hoping I've got positive vibes only, and I'm thinking to
Healing
myself,
light.
it's absolutely nothing. It is just absolutely nothing, and all is going to be okay. And yeah, so hopefully I get my result.
Yeah, hopefully, and fingers crossed. And in the meantime, like I always say this because I've done like Reiki healing and things like this, but imagine a light coming through your head into that area, and put 2 hands on that area, and imagine the light coming through your head and out through your hands in that area. But really close your eyes and visualize that white light coming in and then out. And if you feel like another color, like blue or pink, is coming through, take that light, but really, really visualize it, because remember, we are just energy. So like that energy, putting that energy through the light into it. And I really hope, fingers crossed, I really hope it's all okay. And I think
I'm
we
sure it
wanted to
will
talk.
be.
Yeah, and I think we wanted to talk about it as well, because it's like you said, you had this lump in your right, and it came up on the left, and you didn't even feel anything in the left. And I've actually heard stories where people have had breast cancer, they've had their checks, but they've only checked one, but not the other. And the actual breast cancer is in the other one. And I've heard stories of it happen. So like, this is to put it out there to people that are listening. Make sure you get both, even if the doctors on the day say, oh, we only have to do the right. Make sure you get both. And a similar thing happened to someone I knew. They had an implant. They felt like it was painful in one, but it actually erupted in the other. And she didn't feel the pain in the other, and she thought it was the other one, but the other one was fine. So yeah, like I think really push if they say on the day we're just testing the right, say no, please, I want both. And I think that's a really important message to get out there. Like, don't leave until you've had both done. Like, it's, you know, because even you wouldn't have known, would you?
No,
And
no idea.
Is this
no idea
as well, like, look after ourselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as mums, you're running a successful business, just take a bit of time for yourself as well and check in and carry on with your healing journey.
It's so important to do so.
Oh my God, Cheryl, you've been like so amazing today. Like, I feel so inspired by you and your journey.
You're very strong.
Yeah, and it is that thing of I'll leave this with you today, of that saying I am, I can, and I will, and you will do this. And especially with your new journey in your business, and you're inspiring others, but don't forget, what you give others, you'll get back. Like, and I feel like you are really on a journey where you're giving so much to other people, and you will get it back in return. And it's just so nice to remember that, you know, through your journey.
Yeah,
well, thank you for coming on.
I'm a true believer in that.
We've spoken about a lot of sort of intense stuff today, so thank you for opening up to our listeners. And get booking in with Cheryl. Hello, I am.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to be all glowed up. So can you tell everybody what your socials are and where they can find you, and if they want to come and get a spray tan off you, or even talk to you? Because I think your journey really inspires your listeners.
Yeah, so my Instagram handle is at glow_girl_tanning. So my name is Glow Girl Tanning, which isn't just for girls. There's a story behind the name. So it isn't just for girls, it's for men too. On Facebook, Glow Girl Tanning, and then on TikTok, which I'm going to be really honest, I'm really rubbish at. It's a work in progress, but I am there. It's at Glow Girl Tanning. And yeah, if, you know, I always try and make it really, really clear on my social media that if you ever want to talk about anything, like my DMs are always open. You know, I'm not a medical professional, and I'm not here to, you know, diagnose you with anything or anything like that. However, I am, you know, I'm in a, like I say, I'm in a very, very unique position where I see all types of bodies. And yeah, just, you know, if you want to spray tan and you want to feel glowing, then I'm your girl. Nothing phases me.
Where did that name come from? Because you said it's got a story behind it.
Yeah, so I used to just have a really standard, like, Croydon spray tanning name. And then obviously from the accident, obviously after the burns had started to kind of die down, I had this, like, natural glow about me. So everyone kept going to me, "You glow, girl. You glow, girl."
Love it.
That is so good.
That's how we're going to remember you.
Glow Girl Tanning, and you really do glow.
You are glowing.
You really do glow, and your energy is glowing. So you really do. You really do.
I'm going to send you all the love and healing, Cheryl.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you in person actually soon.
We will see you in person. Yeah,
we will, because you're local to me. And thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
No, thank you for having me, girls. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, and there's one more thing. When we release this, you're going to be offering all your listeners, or our listeners as well, a discount code, aren't you? Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. So, yeah, definitely. So if you're interested in a spray tan or any of my self-tanning products, which are mousses, lotions, spray tan extenders, tanning accessory kits, anything you want, there's a discount code of GlowGirl10, which gives you a 10% discount on everything. And
Amazing.
if
And we're
people
putting
aren't sure or
details.
on a new journey for the self-tanning range, just pop me a message and I can help you. I can discuss with you where you want to start.
Brilliant.
Oh, amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
No, thank
Have
you,
a
Kel.
lovely rest of your Friday. See you later.
You too.
Bye. Bye. If you're loving the show, don't forget to download our latest episodes. It helps us a ton by boosting the show and making sure more people find us.
Plus, you can listen anytime, anywhere, even offline.
And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a new drop.
Want even more behind the scenes content? Follow us on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok at Burnt Out Mummas, one word, for exclusive clips, updates and fun extras.
Hit that follow button, send us a message and let's keep the Burnt Out Mummas community going.